The Todd Shapiro Show. SiriusXM 168.
You have to. I'm sorry. You have to leave.
All right.
See you later, Pedro. Do you know how to work the board? Pedro, do you know how to work the board? Oh shit! Blow! 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 Virgin boy! Virgin boy! Little Dickie! Little Dickie!
All right, I'm back.
Thank you, man.
Scary.
Whew, jeez.
I love Walter is just like pulling.
No one
all
knows
these
who Walter
dials.
is. I mean, you can't. It's radio. We're not on TV. People can't see us. It's funny in the room. Put the music back on. Drake's got these big special edition Nike OVO Air Jordan shoes coming out for All-Star Weekend. And I want them so bad. If anyone has a connection to getting the raffle ticket that they know they're going to pick and draw, can you hook me up? Thank you. Hey, Chris Venditto, how are you, bro?
Good, man. You?
Nice and close to the mic, brother.
How's it going?
Where's the food?
We got it here.
Okay.
we got some cannolis.
Hey!
We got some water from our sponsor. It's a lot shorter of a list than yours, but
Here,
we got some
let me try it.
Activate waters.
Oh, that's good. You're lucky I don't have a water sponsor. Let me try. I feel like I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, actually. So
You
I should
gotta
drink
put the
lots of water.
vitamins in first there.
Oh, what do you do here?
Activate it.
Oh, you activate. Oh, it's kind of like a BioSteel sort of thing here.
You want to activate it.
Walter, how are you, bro?
I'm pretty good. Yourself?
I fucking like you. You scare me, but I like you.
Wild man.
I get that a lot.
You just don't look like a normal human being. Like, you look like Game of Thrones meets like a fucking Hobbit or something. It's just like I'm so confused.
Fact.
Yeah, so you want to twist that orange thing up there
Activate?
in a clockwise thing.
Okay.
And then you see this sort of mysterious powder sort of drop down into your drink.
Is that cocaine or what is that?
I mean, well,
It's vitamins, your daily vitamins.
Okay. Oh, did they sponsor you guys?
I don't think.
I'll be very favorable. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Did I do it enough? It's coming out.
Yeah.
Just shake it, man.
Shake it. Okay, thanks. So this is Activate Water. Can you get them to sponsor my show?
I mean, we could put you in touch with them and see what Bilal does.
They can give you a whole bunch of water.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Too.
I'll do that. That's fine.
Stay active.
That's good. So what do they do? Do they give you money, guys? Do they just give you water?
We got so much water.
We got water.
And
We got some T-shirts. We
Okay.
got some giveaways for the shows this weekend.
That's
I've
nice.
never been more hydrated.
So this is a peach one you gave me?
It's a mango.
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 Yeah.
Oh, I
Peach mango.
hate mango. Shit. Do you have what else do you have?
We got strawberry.
Boom.
The fruit punch.
That's decent.
The passion fruit's nice too.
Can I have the fruit punch?
The fruit punch.
Yeah, but I'll finish my mango. I'm not. Oh, yeah, I just told you it was getting cold. You might not want it. Okay, this is cool.
Remember to
Thanks,
activate
guys.
it though before you drink it.
Remember
Because
to
otherwise,
twist it?
it's actually you can't drink it if you don't activate it.
Okay, this is great. Oh, cool. There it
Yeah,
splurts
there you
out.
go.
It's like
There
a
it
little
is.
cum shot. Okay. So what's up, boys? How you doing, Venditto?
Living, man.
Yeah?
We got into Toronto yesterday.
From Montreal?
Yeah.
Montreal.
It was snowing really hard in Montreal.
Oh, no way. Talk close to the mic, and when we get your other boys on, we'll share it.
close,
We'll
get
share the handheld and let you boys who don't have the handheld just.
It's a packed studio
yeah.
today.
It's a who? So who'd you bring?
Well, we got Lawrence wasn't here the last time. Lawrence is my co-producer on this. We
Hi,
started
Lawrence.
the show together.
Boys,
How are you?
doing well yourself.
Were you named after a river, the Saint Lawrence?
Possibly, or Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh wow. Okay, that's cool.
So he's joined the crew here, and well, you already met Walter, and Reese is back.
I forgot Reese's name. That's the truth. How you doing, Reese?
How do you forget my name, man?
I just I forget a lot. I meet 8 people a day.
Yeah, that's
Like
a-
on the
that's-
show alone. And then I do biz. Like I had a big meeting today with Samsung. Had a big meeting, nice meeting with Samsung today. Hopefully, I could land them as a sponsor. Might not, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Fuck. What's up, boys? It got quiet in here.
we didn't want to impede on your possible Samsung money. We don't want to stop that from happening for you. And Walter will.
You got to activate the water before you drink it. You just got to turn the cap at the top, and then it's good to drink.
How are you guys doing?
Pretty great, man. We got all this water and stuff, and
We're here
trying not
finally
to
doing shows
upset
this
people.
You guys ever get on each other's nerves?
every moment of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you YouTube your shit? I feel like the 4 of you could be like a big popular YouTube channel.
Oh God. I don't want to have to watch those tapes back. That's the
He's the
problem.
one who would have to edit them too.
Yeah.
Reese, where are you from again?
I'm actually from Mississauga originally, but I live in Montreal now.
Excellent. Why'd you do that move?
I wanted to change. I was bored. That's it.
I want to change. I'm bored.
Come to Montreal. That's
No,
it.
I'm thinking more like Turks and Caicos.
Well, you're bored with money then, I see.
No, I don't have a lot of. Well, I have enough.
Yeah, like Montreal is a city that you can be like functionally poor. So it's a fantastic place to live.
Are most comedians pretty poor?
No.
Until they really make it?
Not all of us.
No?
Well, Chris lives in a giant house in the West Island, but he lives with his mom and his grandmother,
Yeah.
so he shouldn't really talk about this stuff.
Well, I mean, I have my own financial problems, you know.
It's a money
Yeah.
management issue, I think.
Money management.
You know, it's
You're a bit of a
Life
gambler.
management.
You're a bit of a gambler, though.
No, although I do look the part. No,
Okay.
no, I'm not a gambler. No, I stayed away from that.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. I mean,
really the one thing.
The one
he's
thing.
Not.
Yeah. You eat cannoli, so I thought you were all healthy.
well, no, I mean,
brought them for you.
I brought them for you.
That's so fucking nice of you, man. You know, the last time you came with this red papaya, it was so nice of you. And
That was from our Friday show in Guelph.
yeah.
The red papaya.
Appropriately titled
The red
The
papaya.
Red Papaya.
it was super nice of you.
On resort.
And then you did that for us, and I like when. I think it's nice when people make a little bit of an effort, you know, like when they come on the program and they show up and not only just make me laugh, but pay us in gifts.
You know?
That's what we do in life. It's a nice thing to do. It made me want you back, not because you're funny. No,
I figured. I really figured.
It's too bad, they couldn't get rock and roll off the ground in the early days in the same way. If only they would have paid off the DJs, then I think really more people would have really appreciated that.
Trust
whole,
me,
whole genre.
that shit still goes down. Don't
What
worry.
shit? What are we talking about? Was there a thing?
People listening should know that if you don't know really anybody in the game of media and stuff, and you want to try and make it in there, and you're not connected, you don't really have a chance.
Nice.
Unless you bring cannolis.
Follow your dreams.
You got to be connected and kiss ass, or really fucking talented.
Yeah,
I mean, you
I'm
gotta
really
be
I'm really good at
really-
kissing ass. Like
You're a good ass kisser.
I'm a great ass kisser.
You look
yeah.
good
You need to
today.
have the talent in this pool. Definitely, I think that's what we need to
But the
work on.
ass kicking level is really high.
Oh, we smooch.
Additionally,
Yeah.
we're all
Good.
Freemasons. We're all Freemasons.
All of us.
Each every one.
Long
of us.
lineage.
Yeah,
I don't want to ask
Money.
about. I don't want to ask about initiation. I heard you're not allowed asking about
Yeah, we
that.
won't
It
tell you.
involved cannolis.
It was great.
Okay.
It involved cannolis.
Yeah, I think it looks like a cannoli at the end of it. Okay.
Involved-
Are any of you guys Freemasons? Any of you?
Just on
I
Saturdays.
keep trying to go to the open houses and stuff. And there's only one a year, and it lasts for like 3 hours. And whenever I show up, they're like, it's done, and I have to wait for the next year. So no,
You're the guy.
Short answer.
You're the guy that sacrifice.
His hair.
Like old school court jester. Like make us laugh, Walter. And if you don't, you're
I
done.
mean, if we're looking for a sacrifice, I'm just Bilal over here.
He is
Just kind of
pretty
fits the
virgin.
part,
Yeah, he's almost too. He's almost too little. It's like taking half a life.
But he's got that one important thing going for him, though.
which is
What do you constantly mock him for?
being a virgin.
There it is.
Boom.
Okay.
Sacrifice.
Classic sacrifice fodder.
There it is.
Do we take his virginity first?
No, because then the
Pedro can.
sacrifice wouldn't be valid. Like it wouldn't be worth it.
We can't
That's
take
the whole point.
We can't take his butt.
He needs to be virginal
We
until
can't take his
appointed.
butt. Come on, we can take his butt and not tell anybody.
Well, first of all, what's this wee business here?
Me and you going to town on Bilal.
Boom. I got the camera right here.
Regular Saturday.
How much? If you were to shave your head, is it true, Walter, that you could provide hair for 43 different cancer patients? Like it's so thick. It's so thick.
Yeah, but then they would all look like me, and really.
Do you have a big head like a helmet, or is it just
huge.
all
No,
hair?
No, you could touch it later, and there's a lot of head under there too.
Yeah. How is that? Like Venditto, does he have the biggest head of any human being on the planet? Like, what's your hat size?
You know what it is? You know what it was?
It's 8 3/4.
Is it? Is it actually?
It's like it's off the shelf. Like it's
C-section
custom
delivery.
made.
C-section delivery. That's what it is. And apparently there's a lot of kids now, a lot of millennials especially, they have bigger heads now because C-section delivery,
C-sections.
more C-section deliveries.
So that little passageway really crushes it for a little bit.
all the
doesn't it?
bumps. He's been taking bumps
I
for
never
years,
had any
too.
of that. Yeah.
That is an amazing head on you.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, man. You know what? I always thought that guys with big heads are going to be very successful in life. And the reason why, did you ever watch the cartoon The Flintstones?
Yeah.
You remember that show? You guys remember the show? I don't know your generation.
Great
Bilal, do you know
Kazoo.
the show? You don't know fucking Larry David, but you know the Flintstones. The Flintstones. Anytime they had like Rock Hudson on it, like they had like their celebrity style on it. They always had like a bigger, more defined head than everybody. That's how they portrayed celebrities, and celebrities always have big heads,
That's true.
Right. No, that's definitely yeah. Leno and
big huge heads.
all the rest.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yep.
big. Tommy Lee Jones has the biggest fucking head in the world.
Yeah, he's like 45% head.
Yeah, I know. Looks like Humpty Dumpty. Like it's just fucking one big head.
This Turtle talked about this on Entourage.
Oh, did Turtle
The
talk
bigger
about
the star, the bigger the fucking head.
Oh, see, I feel like it's a bit now that I fucking hijacked, but I didn't know that. And I was a big Entourage fan.
Lift.
The president-elect certainly isn't lacking in the head department either. So
President, you mean?
the president, right? I don't know why it's the elect thing. I was still hoping that it didn't happen already, but it did. I guess for like a month and a half.
I heard Lindsay Lohan the other day talking. She's like, people should just accept Trump.
Oh, thanks, Lindsay.
She's like, people should just. I'm kind of one of those guys. Like, fuck, love or hate the guy. He's an asshole, but he's the president of the United States. Like, I don't know. He's not going anywhere.
No, but like,
Not
you
going
might
anywhere.
as well have fun with it.
What happened today? There's always shit. I'm sick of it, actually. It's depressed. That's depressing. Like, I'm actually depressed by that.
I think today he found the Nixon bowling alley somewhere in the basement. He's been wandering around while I say, I wonder what's behind this door. Bowling alley, the Nixon bowling alley.
He hasn't left. He hasn't left.
I keep waiting for him to be like, all right, field day trip, we're going to Area 51.
Yeah.
And he's like tweeting him some fucking alien, He's like, hey, look at this fucking guy.
Can we look at the gift shop first?
Comes back wearing like the same ears of the guy or whatever.
It's phenomenal, stupendous.
That's what SNL should do, a bit of him discovering Area 51. That would be fucking funny. That would be a good bit. Anyway, thanks for the cannolis. What is a cannoli? Bread and pastry? Bread and like a custard?
It's like a cheese. It's like a cheese.
It's a
thing.
cheese?
It's a cheese.
But it's a pastry cheese.
It's a pastry cheese. Yeah.
So
It's
good.
Stuffed in like a shell, cookie shell.
Excellent, man. So Venditto, you how's you doing more comedy? What's going on?
Well, that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Todd. We have
Comedy bar?
We have the shows Friday in Guelph at the Red Papaya, 2 on Saturday at the Comedy Bar, and then 1 at Hamilton on Sunday at the Kaz Bar. Right?
Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah.
Like that song, Rock the Casbah.
Rock the Kaz Bar.
The classic song.
Rar the cars
I think
bar.
I feel like they did that on purpose to make that a thing.
Really?
Yeah, is that a clever? Is it an astute observation from me?
I think he's lying.
So when you twist the thing at the top of the water, you get like a big blast of vitamins and flavor. It's quite a marvel of science and nutrition.
So how does the set work? Do you headline?
No, Mike Rita's headlining.
Who?
Mike Rita's headlining.
Oh yeah.
Mike Rita. Yeah.
Okay, I know Mike Reed, of course.
Walter's
Veteran
hosting,
comic.
and
So Walter, you host?
I IMC. I'm gonna keep this whole thing going. Shill the water.
Do you have bits like as a host? How does it? Because I want to host shows because I'm not like I don't have a routine, but I feel like I could just move the night forward if I'm not funny. Can you not be funny in a host?
Oh,
and just move the night forward.
I don't go into any of this with any material whatsoever, and I just hope that the night goes well. I have this one thing worked out because it's called the Healthy Living Show, and I do sort of like a call and response thing with the crowd. I'm like, when I say healthy, y'all say living, and then I'm like living, and then no one knows what to do.
So we're really excited for Walter to
Just
host
gotta
these
keep the
shows.
energy up for the whole
He's
time.
really gonna just pour out the water in the beer.
Yeah.
Both.
Wow, Chris.
That's gonna go well. And when does Reese come on?
Oh, well, Reese Lawrence and I are in the middle of the show.
I just show up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a good show. Like
You
it's
funny, Reese? Are you funny on stage?
Not at all, man. Very low energy. I don't move very much. I stand there and I'm just super awkward for.
Who would you compare yourself to as a comic?
I don't.
No, that's good.
I don't. Who's low energy?
Big J. Okerson?
I'm like an unfunny Stephen Wright.
Oh, you're like one-liner.
No, that's why I said it wasn't funny.
I see.
No, I don't know. I'm like
Always sell
He's unique. He's
always
unique.
sell
He's
yourself as
first of his
funny.
kind.
I met Jamie Masada. He owns the Laugh Factory. You ever heard of this name? He's like he owns the Laugh Factory. You know the Laugh Factory in L.A.
Yeah.
And I interviewed him in L.A. and I told him I wasn't a funny radio show. So he goes, "Hey, buddy, you'll never tell anybody you're not funny. Like you never tell anyone you're not funny."
That's how a lot of like comics get by, huh?
Yeah,
I'm hilarious. I'm hilarious.
No, you don't have to tell people you're hilarious either. You just don't tell people because then people start to think you're not. Yeah, like I think you're fucking funny. I wouldn't have had you guys back. Well, actually, you did bring me food.
That's true.
Good joke, Todd.
And what's that?
We were coming back regardless.
Yeah.
We had a great time last night.
We did have a great time. And your producer Lawrence, what do? You just produce?
No, I'm on the show too, actually.
Okay, so you're funny too.
I'm funny too.
Yeah. See, there we go.
See it.
And
See, picking it up.
you look like Ricky Gervais.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Doesn't he look like Ricky Gervais?
Never saw that. Never saw that
No?
out of him. Never.
He looks like a white Ricky Gervais, you know?
Like a Canadian white.
Canadian.
Dude, pull up a picture. This guy looks exactly like Ricky Gervais.
Really? We're gonna next side by side.
Got a much nicer smile.
Thank you.
Better eyes.
Guys,
Is that
I'm
a
blushing.
British
I'm
teeth
blushing.
thing? Is
I
that a
don't know what
British
to
teeth
do
thing?
Yeah, I'm British. I can say that.
With all
Yeah, that's fine. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a younger. Look at this picture right here, bro.
Yeah.
Guys, are you seeing Lawrence from a different light on that side of the room?
How did you find all those pictures of Ricky Gervais where they made him look like a white guy?
Venditto, how long you go up for?
I'm doing about 15, 20 minutes set.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How long does Rita go for?
Rita's gonna do the 2025. It's a different type of show. There's not like a long hour set from the headliner. We're all doing like basically showcase spots.
Is Ben Miner doing a set on the Saturday
Ben
night?
Miner's gonna open for us actually. That's the that's the game plan. He was very gracious and agreeing to open for us.
What a stud he is.
Yeah.
He's
So
a
we
big
got Cal Post, who's been on the show
Dude,
before.
I love fucking Cal Post.
Yeah.
I just met him. Any guy who can masturbate 25 times in one day. Yeah.
We didn't hear about that, but we'll be sure to mention it.
Well, he did shake my hand very vigorously,
There you
so
go.
I was expecting, but
He's a smart cat.
And we got Morgan O'Shea on Sunday in the Hamilton show.
Do I know Morgan?
So Morgan is part of the scrimmage in Toronto. It's like an alternate Raptors broadcast, so we work together. So I know him, but you don't know him.
It's a very that's a very funny show, the scrimmage though.
Okay. Why don't you bring Morgan on the show here?
I tried, and he canceled, but he's on my
He canceled?
He's on my list, but I will say something.
He's on my hit list. Fuck that. No.
I will say I like Morgan. He's a friend of mine, but there's so many people who want to be on the show with you, Todd, that I don't have time to help my own friends. That's how great the show's become.
You should get Morgan on though, Bilal.
I will.
When
there's
figure
an
something
opening.
out for Morgan.
Come on, Blood, make it happen.
Hey, you guys want to hear Trump from today? Apparently he was all
Yes.
messed up. Let's hear. They had a press conference. Apparently he just lost his mind today. Hang on. Here we go. Have a listen to this. Is it going on? Is it going?
So dishonest that if we don't talk about it, we are doing a tremendous disservice to the American people. Tremendous disservice. We have to talk about it.
The media.
To find out what's going on, because the press honestly is out of control. The level of dishonesty is out of control. The press has become so dishonest
What's going on?
that if we don't talk,
It's another clip. Why the fuck is it
we don't talk about it, we are doing a tremendous
Here's more. Hang on.
disservice to the American people. Tremendous disservice. We have to talk about it to find out what's going on, because the press honestly is out of control. The level of dishonesty is out of control. The press has become.
Oh, fuck. I thought he was saying. It kept saying he was saying something else. Here we go. Here's more.
To be honest, I inherited a mess. It's a mess. At home and abroad. A mess. Jobs are pouring out of the country. You see what's going on with all of the companies leaving our country, going to Mexico and other places. Low pay, low wages, mass instability overseas, no matter where you look. The Middle East, a disaster. North Korea, we'll take care of it, folks. We're going to take care of it all. I just want to let you know. I inherited a mess.
So very
To be
reserved
honest.
Donald, then.
Oh shit! This is crazy. Hang on. Here's more. I love this fucking guy just to hear what he says, because you don't know if this is SNL or like when you don't see it, right? You don't know what's going on. Oh, that clip didn't play.
When he says take care of it, did like anybody like sort of stand up to be like, now President Trump, when you say take care of it, do you mean, and then does like the finger gesture to their head?
Yeah, basically, right?
Take care of it. You got to take care of it.
We got fucking Joey from the Bronx.
Take care of it. I got a guy.
He's gonna go pop the trunk on it.
He's gonna go to North Korea.
Just to take care of it.
He's gonna get in and out. He's very clean.
His
very
opening
efficient.
statement today at his press conference ran 23 minutes and 55 seconds. They're saying there's nothing like that. And I remember that just his opening statement.
And now I'll take your questions.
Only from Breitbart.
Yeah, basically, right? Do you read Breitbart, though, you guys?
I do like to peek in on the Madhouse for every once in a while. It's
I just wanted to
sorry.
clarify.
I didn't mean to do that, guys. Sorry. Go on.
no, it's a hell of a read. It's
I go
ludicrous.
on it. There's some stuff I like about it.
The fact that it's ludicrous.
No, I disagree with you. Listen, it's like so fucking broken record for me saying it, because I always have new people on the show, but I'm not like right or left. And I think a lot of what the left does is all fucked up too. Like when Trump
Absolutely.
when Trump starts saying the media lies, he's like, listen, There is a lot of lies in the media. You know, we have to acknowledge that. And then the reason why you know that is because you start going to Breitbart and this, and when, you know, people say that that's ludicrous or that's crazy, like, it's not like they're just going and making up shit either. You know, there's just two different ways of reporting the news because there's two different types of people that think different ways.
That's very true.
So one side wants to hear what validates their opinion, and the other side wants to hear what validates their thoughts. And at some point, the real news it's got to lie somewhere in the middle, where it's just like, hey, some of you might have seen an incident like this, but there's two sides to every story, so it could also be spun this way. Like, that's what an honest newscast would be.
Yeah, but you're not going to find that with Breitbart or any other like left-wing or right-wing leaning publication. But if you look at the headlines that come out of Breitbart, a lot more of those incite hate than anything on the left.
I disagree, man. When you start showing Milo Yiannopoulos over at CNN, and they're not even putting his name on there because they don't want to promote the guy, and B, they're just showing the protest about protesting some outrageously spoken person and saying things that are controversial about Muslim bans and saying controversial about feminism and things, but not showing someone getting pepper sprayed in the face who's on the left. I mean, you got to kind of cover both sides at that point too, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm not arguing that there's not an inherent bias in either sense, but like that's why you look abroad. You don't really read a lot of domestic publications, I guess. It'd be a bit better to look internationally for your news.
Well, you're right, and the thing is though that I used to like about the comedy angles on this stuff is comedy was almost the most honest form of reporting what was going on. But even that now, with Bill Maher having an agenda or SNL having an agenda,
I don't know if SNL has an agenda.
Oh, sure they do.
Well, ratings, it's a pressing agenda for anybody.
That's
right?
their mandate.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, John Oliver was pretty on point on Sunday.
I didn't see that.
John, watch it. It's pretty. It cuts away from the bullshit.
Good. What did he do? I'm so intrigued by this.
Trump versus Truth.
Versus Truth. Yeah, it was like a 20-minute plus, like
23 minutes.
23 minutes.
Oh, what he shows, like he reconciled what Trump says and what's not true.
Yeah, but it's more than that.
Goes through the journey of how we got here, and then how where the news comes from, and how it's fed. And he tries
talks
to
a lot about Breitbart actually in that piece.
Okay,
he goes after Breitbart.
Well, I mean, listen, Oliver pushes an agenda too all the time, and that's what I'm saying. Like, someone could probably find inconsistencies with Oliver and his reports and his and if you fact checked his stuff and everything. And I mean, there's a guy Daniel Dale doing it very well, who writes for the Toronto Star, who's calling out Trump on his inconsistencies and stuff. Don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is Trump has him. He's the president of the United States. He shouldn't have him. But fucking all these news outlets have him too. Like, if anyone spent the time reconciling to anyone, we're all fucking imperfect. And no one wants to admit it. And that's the problem. No one wants to say, Reese, they're not funny. Because no one wants to say, basically, that they're wrong. Because the whole front is, you're right about everything. And in this 24-hour news cycle, the way things just move on so quickly, it's on to the next one anyway. So whatever Trump did yesterday, which was dumb and inconsistent, he's doing it now today. So we're focused on today's. So it's all fucked up. It's all fucked up. The only thing I always try and teach people and remind people is, be accountable for yourself. Don't worry about everything you read or see. And because you don't really know what is right anymore. You don't.
I know it's not right for the president to be like calling out the New York Times as a failing piece of fake journalism, which for a century plus has been like the bastion of American journalism. So for this like one guy to suddenly decide that this is exemplary of fake news, I know that's not right. And I mean, to say that everybody has imperfections, I think kind of glosses over a lot of like bigger points. If you go look back to the days of like yellow journalism where things like the Panama Canal and the Spanish War were incited by, fake, quote unquote, fake news back then by
well, more recently, what about the weapons of mass destruction? Where were the weapons of mass destruction?
The Cheney and Rumsfeld.
Well, that's more, I mean, even media, what is fake news? What's real news? And, I'll agree with your point on Trump. Trump's not acting presidential. This is the thing about Trump. He's not acting presidential. He is now the leader of the free world. I don't even know what the free world means. Do you know what that means, Venditto?
No.
Okay, good.
But he's definitely not leading it. I think
No, but you're right. He's not leading it. He's getting defensive, and that is what I don't understand. You're the leader now. You're the number one guy. Why are you letting this shit bother you? Just go and run your task at hand and lay off and maybe be self-deprecating. Spicer is even self-deprecating a little bit with McCarthy.
Well, that's the thing. I said after the first SNL with McCarthy playing Spicer, I said if he comes out the next day at the press conference and has a laugh and says, "Man, you guys got me. That was funny. Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. Great job, guys. That was fun. Now moving on." Then they would have had no bullets left. But he comes out there and goes, I didn't like it. My feelings were hurt." And then they're like, "Every week you're getting it now." And that's just what they're doing.
He did make one joke, and I saw it. Like he made a small joke in there, but no, I'm not. Listen, like I mean, they should all do that because when you're at the top of your game, you don't have to prove anything right now except doing your job.
But they're not at the top of their game.
Yeah.
They've made mistake after mistake after
Listen,
mistake,
man.
and they keep saying it's everybody else's fault, and then any report to the contrary is fake news. So when you weigh all of that versus like the tiny factual error in Article 3 on CNN, which is what Breitbart does to challenge fake news, it's like me standing on a scale with Bilal. Healthy living this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back on point.
In 6 months, hopefully you guys will be on balanced ground.
Twist the cap at the top of the bottle. There's different flavors too. There's like
you know what? This is the other.
like
I'm a
pina
protector.
colada.
I'm a protector of honesty and hypocrisy, right? And I think we all see hypocritical messages from Trump and their administration and stuff, and we all see them going back on lies and stuff. But the media's job is their duty to make sure that they don't fuck up as well. And all I'm saying is they do it too. They could have, I'm sure if they wanted to, anyone can launch a smear campaign against any leader at any given point. Even if the leader is doing, you could always find something wrong with people. Anyone could have found way more shit wrong with Obama than we would have liked to. And there's a reason why, that party didn't continue to be in power. It's not just because of Trump and this, it wasn't just because Trump was so.
They blackballed Bernie.
They blackballed Bernie. They fucked that up. It wasn't, and it's not, and also it was 8 years of a government that failed a lot of their American people. If they really did 8 years of great stuff, we wouldn't be in this mess too. Yeah. So there's some truth to that you just didn't see because President Obama was respectable. What do you say?
I was going to say if Michelle ran, she would have won.
You don't know that. No, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that.
That's just, it is a guess.
Listen, you know how many people bet money that if Hillary ran, like
a year and a half ago, there was none of us who said that Hillary Clinton was going to lose to a reality TV star.
I did.
Well, you fucking started all this shit. It's your fault.
You know why I did? Because I fucking read Breitbart, and I had Milo Yiannopoulos on my program, and I had people like the Rebel Media, and I just listened to this other side. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I heard it, though, and I go, holy shit.
Yeah.
There is more people who are into this, and I thought.
Yeah, well, there's a danger.
I had Milo on the show. I opened up the phone lines. We opened up the phone lines. Maybe we're lucky we got 5-6 phone calls a show, Milo, 2 straight hours. Phone call, phone call, phone call, phone call, phone call, phone call. Everywhere, all in America. It was fucking nuts. And there was a reason for it. It's because these people are rarely actually given a voice except within a couple of these different platforms because a lot of people are afraid to say what they're thinking because a lot of it might be bigotry, it might be bias, it might come across. Look at the CEO of Under Armour goes and supports Trump, their fucking stocks tank and all this kind of stuff. So people are afraid to say. Meanwhile, there's guys in the finance community right now going, they'll never say it publicly, but they're going, holy shit, man, the fucking Dow's over 20,000. Fucking all our stocks are going, we're fucking making millions of dollars because this fucking guy. I mean, don't tell anybody, but holy shit, is this steak good? And I can't wait for the hooker and blow later. But,
I mean, my heart doesn't bleed for those people that they had 8 years of Obama, though. Like, I don't think, I'm not going to feel bad for the elite 1%. But what I will say is we could open up the phone lines to give away some Activate water and some tickets to the comedy
you
shows
gotta stop
this
promoting
weekend.
your fucking water. It's enough already.
Chris Candido.
I get paid like thousands of dollars to talk about my sponsors. Enough.
I'm just trying to be somebody, Todd.
You are somebody. You got a big
3
fucking
cases
show.
of water, man. We got a rep for that. They
I
expect.
just don't want to bring it back.
No, I like getting into these conversations with people because it's just it's I think especially comedians because they always make it funny, right? Like at the end of the day, especially as Canadians, we're just going to go about our life really and kind of watch what's happening. But I mean, are you worried, Reese? I'll start with you. Are you worried that this is going to affect your life somehow?
Well, yeah, because I already see how people in my own family are reacting. You know what I mean? They've been allowed, at least in the States, they're like the bigotry and stuff has taken power, right? Like hate beat love. And that's what my mom said. You know what I mean? And it's starting to spread up here. You got people like Kelly Leach or whatever her name is out here spouting all this garbage. It's terrible. And we're going to get this same wave of like just...
But there's hate on both sides. Like
absolutely.
That's the problem.
But like the hate on one side is based on appearance and people's faiths and all that stuff. And the hate on the other side.
You're still talking about a very select few. I'm sorry, it sounds like I'm a supporter, but you are talking about the way people paint. And I'm being very, listen to my point here, because this is an important point for people to hear. The way people point out a conservative and Republican thought, the way that they look at things, is a way that some would deem them pointing out how Muslim behavior might be. Okay, well, no, because there's extremists everywhere. And this is the thing we have to remember, that we're now just saying because they're different than us, that we're looking at the extremist attitude of that either political party or that race or that, that sex, whatever it may be, if it's male dominated, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I just try and remind people in a very fair way, and I hate to get so serious, is that women voted for Trump, Muslims voted for Trump, black people voted for Trump, poor people voted for Trump, rich people voted for Trump. So obviously, and even if they're in the minority, obviously there are some people there who still thought that this guy was going to do a good job. And it is up to the other side now, I think, not to just go and paint it as extremism. And then, Chris, don't get me wrong, the Muslim ban's fucking crazy, right? All that's crazy. But he did say he was going to do it and got voted in. It's not like it was a surprise either, though.
Yeah, so it's like fear and hate won, just like
but then I see fear and hate win, but then it doesn't mean that we go to a protest and do mace and vandalize and start fires, because that's more fear and hate.
Yeah, but see, that's the other side of the extremist coin that you're talking about, right? Because it's not everybody who goes and protests that does that. That's a limited group called, usually the Black Bloc is their name of the people.
Yeah, the anarchists. They get paid to go there. They're like promotional models, just not hot.
Okay. Exactly right. Exactly. Like it's
I just want everyone to find middle ground. I want everyone to have a fucking conversation like we're having now.
I would absolutely love for that to be the case. It's very difficult when you talk to certain staunch conservative people, and being a liberal leaner, as soon as you disagree, oh, you're a cuck liberal snowflake. It's like, what are you talking about?
Well, see, you're watching Tommy Lauren.
No, I'm talking to people.
Okay.
Like this
would you bang that Tommy Lauren?
I have family, man. I have family in the States who are hardcore Trump supporters.
Where are they?
They're in Brooklyn, Long Island. They're hardcore Trump supporters. Like you don't want to talk about it when you see them like twice a year. You're not going to go at a funeral and start talking about what the fuck are you talking about Donald Trump for.
It gets heated.
It gets weird. It get awkward.
Are you Italian?
Yeah.
I know that. You know why?
Why?
Not Venditto, because you brought in cannolis.
There's many giveaways.
So can we call one of them up and put them on?
No.
I would love that conversation. Are they full on New York?
Yeah, like one that has a name called Ilario. Ilario.
Wow.
Ilario, not just Lario. Ilario.
That wasn't but that it's funny because he would be in the minority where they are.
In New York, in New York, yeah. But I mean, not specifically Long Island.
Oh, and the heart of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of
blue collar,
a lot
hard
of Marios
work.
and Ginos and Don Pepe's.
A lot of Knicks supporters.
Yeah, a lot of Knicks fans, a lot of Red fans. A lot of in the liberal bastion that is New York.
It's an amazing time right now. It really is. No, it's an amazing time right now because it's so frightening.
I wonder how it's going to be taught in 20 years or 30 years.
Well,
from within a bunker.
My fear is it's not how it's going to be taught. It's how the people will consume the information. Because people will learn what they want to hear. And that's dangerous too. We'll learn what we want to hear. That's why I like this conversation. I didn't know what Oliver did on it. I didn't know, certain, you guys provide facts for me. Hopefully, everyone's got to learn and then digest it. Don't just react. Go back home, smoke a joint, have some Fresh Vitamin Activate Water.
Boom.
Or
Sponsorship.
pizza.ca, or have a nice big glass of carnivore wine, and shave with a razor company while you're doing it. But just shave carefully around the testicle area and look good. My fear is how people consume the information now, because
they get it from a direct source. Like people who watch Tommy Lauren, they get it just from Tommy Lauren. And people who watch Morning Joe on MSNBC get it just from Morning Joe on MSNBC.
Watch it all. That's what I take pride in doing, to be honest. I'll read CNN, I'll read Breitbart, I'll go on BBC, and then I'll definitely TMZ's right up there, bro. You gotta catch up there. Yeah. You gotta find out that sometimes Angelina Jolie is now with Jared Leto, the only other fucking hot guy in Hollywood.
And spring training starts, so you gotta see how the Jays are doing.
Right? Donaldson showed up early, made me think he doesn't have a Valentine's Day date. Why is he going there on Valentine's Day?
And he posted a picture a couple months ago with him and a girl, and you thought, wedding now.
Yeah, no, she didn't have to be there. It wasn't mandatory. He shows up on Valentine's Day.
He's ready to win. He's ready to win.
He wants to win.
That's a power play in the relationship.
Oh,
right there.
I see. That's what he did.
I'm out. I'm going to Florida.
I'm going to train.
You stay here.
That was a millionaire's way of saying I ain't getting you a gift.
That's it.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, your presence is my non-presence.
Fucking Donaldson. Fuck.
Love JD.
He's so great, man. He's fucking all man, eh?
Yeah.
He's such a tough guy. Walter, you like him?
He doesn't like
Sure,
baseball
100%. Yeah, he's a great guy. I advocate for him completely. You got to twist his cap, and he gets completely activated. He's gonna have a great season, I think.
Stop doing the activate thing. It's actually making me mad now.
I'm so sorry.
If it's not a wrestler,
I don't know about real sports. I don't.
Okay, just fake sports.
Yes.
Fake
combat-based.
That's
sports.
what we should call
Sports
fake news. Just call it like WWE news or something.
News entertainment.
Oh,
Yes.
I like that.
you know
News
what?
entertainment.
Fuck, dude. Pedro just nailed it. That's it. That's it. It's exactly what it is. It's news entertainment. All of it.
that.
We don't fucking know. We don't fucking know.
Well, I was telling to Chris the other day. I feel like Donald at some point made a conscious decision to be like a bad guy character.
A heel.
Yeah, he's
Everything is
heel.
wrestling.
Yeah, everything is wrestling. And Donald, I think he maybe he exchanged some notes with Vince. I don't know. They spoke to each other. He's like, Linda will get a gig. It'll be fine. Do these things. It'll really piss out. You'll really get some heat for it.
You saw some Mexican wrestling league had a Donald Trump wrestler. Did you see that?
Really?
I'll pull it up. Pull up the story. I can't believe I know that and you don't. Let me find that up. Mexican. We'll do this live on air. Cancel Mexican. You don't know that, Bilal?
Well, if it's Lucha Underground, it's a little, I'm more of a WWE guy, so yeah.
Is that a good wrestling association?
It is really good, though. There's some great guys who come out, like Walter probably knows better than I do. There's some great guys who come out of Lucha Underground. U.S.
wrestler antagonizes Mexican wrestling crowds as Donald Trump supporter. Here, have a listen to this. Here, get a little clip here. It should be fun. It'll take a second. It's probably a news report, but have a listen. Oh, come on, you motherfucker. Oh, it's gonna be it's an ad first. Let it go. Okay. So Walter, wrestling's your fucking like all day long, right?
I mean, I enjoy it. I certainly watch a bunch of it. I've missed out on a lot of other quality television simply because of the amount of wrestling I need to watch in a given week.
But everything is wrestling, man. It's the best training for life.
Yes.
There's fucking heels. There's bullshit. There's, great acting. It's all of it, right? Hopefully lots of big tits.
But even that didn't prepare me for Trump, because even I think the most ridiculous heels in the history of
listen to this news story. Hang on, sorry, before I just don't want to lose it. Have a listen.
Aquí, Donald Trump, arriba Estados Unidos, el número uno.
It's fucking. Oh, anyway, it's just the Mexican fans fucking hate this guy. Can you imagine the balls on this guy? He's getting introduced as Donald Trump.
He's a rudo.
To tens of thousands of people. Wow. Huge Trump supporter. Trump on his American flag.
Mexican lucha libre are some of the best on earth. 2,000 people in Mexico can make more noise than 20,000 people in the United States. The Arena Mexico and Arena Coliseo where I perform is the feeling is indescribable. It's something that you just can't really explain. The energy is second to none. It's like, fourth and goal at the Super Bowl.
Wow, that guy's gonna get shot. that guy's gonna be hanging from a bridge next week. Okay. You guys got quiet. It's just too serious of a talk
that
for
was
you.
a little dark at the end.
The hanging from the bridge really brought the room down.
Well, you guys want to go?
Was that like a threat or is it an invitation?
No, like take a break. Yeah.
It's really your call. It's really.
There's so many of you. I'm so confused. I felt like the energy got real bad in the room here for a second.
It was It was just because of the invoking of the potential, dark.
You've been watching too much wrestling.
Yeah. Storm's coming, Todd.
What wrestler would you? What would you call yourself if you're a wrestler, Walter?
I'd be the Paper.
Why? What's the move?
Because it beats The Rock, first of all.
Ooh.
And I have a background in print journalism, actually. So,
Okay.
I want to incorporate that. They say
strong
wrestling
narrative.
Strong narrative, and my finishing move would be called the Paper Cut. So
You've thought of this?
Oh yeah.
Have you used this routine before?
No.
I love it.
It's all inside me. It's all inside.
The Paper beats The Rock.
Vince is like,
awesome.
ready. I love it.
The Paper.
Well, who's the Scissors? Then you're fucked.
I imagine
two lesbian tag teams. You know that's bumping donuts. Yeah, the Scissors. Okay, that I'll get
tremendous main event.
Okay. Oh shit, dude, that'd be funny. Paper Rock Scissors.
Pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. There it is.
It's kind of like my wrestling. I thought of great wrestling.
Go for it, please.
That if I was, I look like a douchebag underweight wrestler. It's what I look like. I look like like a wrestler who just like died.
Right? What's that?
So your dress is the late '90s, is what you're saying.
I know, what a tough profession. I always thought. Do you know what a moil is?
I do. Yeah,
Lawrence?
I do. I'm yeah.
Are you Jewish?
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. You have a nice nose. It looks like Ricky Gervais.
My Ricky Gervais.
Do you want to describe it for people?
It's basically a gentleman who is in charge of the ritual of circumcision. He's a moil.
He performs it.
He performs it.
Yeah, he performs the circumcision.
People watch, which I found was weird about that. But yeah.
Trust me, I just had a boy. It's very weird. Your family. I kicked the whole family out. I did. I kicked my whole family out. I'm like, it's a barbaric practice. He was crying. I'm like, where'd it go?
But you still did it though?
Yeah, we thought to do it, and if we had another boy, I think we'd do it again. We would just do it right on birth, not during the
There's a waiting period.
Yeah, 8 days.
8 days. Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, to be honest, as much as he was crying and it was kind of sad for me for a bit, like I went to work the next day and he was just as upset. So.
But then he didn't have a foreskin.
Yeah, but he also didn't have a dick in the house, so it's okay. Me, okay. Anyway, so my wrestling character would be a moil.
Oh man,
Jeez.
That is terrifying.
And he'd fucking come out there and he'd win, and then he'd get like people to hover around the wrestler he just beat.
Yeah.
And he'd bring out like these fucking snips, right?
You should have a machete.
Yeah, machete, like a Jewish machete.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a regular machete and a Jewish machete?
He got it on deal. It's a bargain. And then he takes something and just throws it into like the fans, and everyone's like the guy with the John 3:16 signs trying to catch it. It's fucking amazing. You think that'd be an amazing fucking rest the moil? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, Bilal here might remember an angle where Val Venus got involved with Kai and Tai in the late '90s, where they famously threatened to dismember Val Venus, who
to cut off a penis.
Yes, his penis, and because he had the porn star character going, and he had absconded with one of their valets or something, and they sort of they chained him up, and they were good. It was the Attitude Era, it was a different time.
Different time. That's cool. Let's bring that back.
So I'm not saying that was a moil, and I'm not saying your thing's been done, but
no, some Don't you like that, Venditto?
I think it was mine.
I'm just trying to think of what my wrestling gimmick would be. Like a love child of Big Papa Pump.
Who's Big Papa Pump?
Like a long lost love child of Big Papa Pump.
Who's Big Papa Pump?
Scott Steiner. He was a large, muscular man.
Okay.
Like an oversized.
This makes very little sense for Chris to
No, but like he went down the wrong road.
Yeah.
Now he's coming.
Oh, that guy's huge.
He's
Holy
terrifying.
fuck. That guy's a beast.
Now he has chest tattoos.
You know what was cool? You remember the Mr. Perfect? Remember Mr. Perfect?
Kurt Hennig,
yeah. He was fucking great. Did he ever end up losing?
He lost his battle with life.
Oh.
Did he die?
He's not alive anymore. No. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We made it dark again.
Early 2000s.
Yeah, you made it pretty dark.
Yeah, way said it though. Lost his bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them are dead.
You think someone who was that perfect would see their 50s, you know?
I agree. Junkyard Dog, he die?
Yep.
Yeah.
Died a while ago.
The
answer is usually going to be yes.
Okay, hang on. Let's
So,
say British Bulldogs.
Yeah,
both of
100%
them.
dead.
Both of them dead.
No. Strangely, the one who you
Davey
thought
Boy?
would die earlier is still alive.
Davey Boy.
Davey Boy is dead.
Okay.
Dynamite Kid is alive, but not very well.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Snuka just died,
Snuka died.
and they cleared him of charges just before he died.
Okay, no.
he wasn't cleared.
He wasn't cleared. He was deemed unfit to stand trial, and yeah, that's the whole thing. That's.
Because
Wasn't he cleared at the very end?
No, he was
no,
he was
never
dying,
cleared.
and they're like, oh, he's got like 2 weeks left.
He had like stomach cancer and stuff, and they're like, he's unfit to stand trial because he was gonna die soon anyway. But there was that
So
was,
they kept his reputation
he was
intact.
never fully vindicated or anything.
Let me go a quick thank you to the sponsor. I'm not even going to take a break. Or do we get to take a break? Yeah, we'll take a break. Who else is dead? Let's play this game.
Who's dead?
Fabulous Moolah.
Dead.
She's dead.
Yep.
She's dead for a long
Oh,
time,
yeah.
right? Like even when she was alive.
Even yeah. Mic work wasn't great.
Hulk Hogan.
Alive.
His career's dead.
Career's dead.
He's coming back.
Next year's Mania.
They're gonna forgive him
next
for
time
all
they
that.
got a Florida Mania.
They're gonna
Or
forgive
was
him for
this
all
year?
that.
Yeah, he's back sooner than later, like a year or two tops.
Who else? Andre the Giant.
Dead.
When he die?
When?
Yeah.
Oh, like in the
Halfway through
early
Princess
90s,
Bride.
I think. Early 90s.
You ever watch stories that like documentaries on that guy? He would drink like 150 ounces of booze a day.
Yeah, like in a little stubby Molson bottle, like fits sort of like in the palm of his hand.
Crazy,
you know?
right?
Yeah.
He's so mammoth. He was so King Kong Bundy.
Dead.
Is he dead?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What about Bam Bam Bigelow?
Dead.
He's dead, eh?
Yeah.
This is good. This is so sad.
I know, this is really-
Just give us one that's alive.
Okay, hang on. Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff?
No, alive.
He's alive.
Oh,
Okay.
Mr.
Paul
Wonderful.
Orndorff is still kicking, yeah.
Orndorff is alive. Okay. I'm just impressed I'm pulling all these fucking out of my hat here.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm doing is I'm going through my fucking wrestling dolls in my house. My kid's playing with them all now, so I found them
like
under
the big
the
rubber
Bendable
guys?
ones? Or
Yeah, the rubber. I found them all
Nice,
under the
yeah.
stairs. Not the big ones, like the
But the
collector.
rubber, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should
They don't
snatch them
really.
away from
Roddy
kids.
Roddy Piper.
Dead.
He just died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he passed away a couple of years ago.
Just
yeah.
after that last interview too, he did. Yeah. Fuck, dude. What about?
Fuck, dude, he's dead. The
yeah.
He had a good title run there. And
What about that guy, the X guy? What's his fucking
X-Pac?
X-Pac,
X-Pac.
Triple H.
Not Triple H,
He's
like the guy who
definitely not
the guy who lost every match, like the loser in the day
Sounds
in
like
the
X-Pac.
80s.
Right. Alive.
Okay.
Barry
it's a bit of a
Horowitz.
Barry Horowitz.
I loved him. The
not
guy who
sure.
gave himself the pat on the back all the time.
Yeah.
I think he's still alive.
Wow, is this boring for people or
No,
are you?
no,
it's
I
okay.
don't think so. No, let's keep going with this.
Venditto, are you bored?
No, I don't know most of these names.
Oh, okay.
A lot of them I don't know.
I
Like the
can
last
talk-
one you just said, like with Barry.
Barry Horowitz.
Barry
he was
Horowitz.
Jobber to the Stars.
Jobber to the Stars.
Yeah,
Hey, what about Macho Man?
Absolutely dead.
Macho Man and Elizabeth?
Dead.
Oh, that's a shame.
She died in Lex Luger's house. Yeah.
Oh, cocaine.
No.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Painkillers or
She's
something.
like dipped
Oh,
into
shit.
Lex Luger's stash.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Is Luger dead?
No.
No, he's alive.
Yeah.
He looks
Fuck.
very
Smaller,
strange.
though, very
He looks very
he's,
strange.
yeah, he's confined to a wheelchair, I believe.
What about Jake the Snake's going? I know that. We
Yeah.
had him on the show.
Yeah.
Fuck, you should have heard the stories he was telling
Yeah,
us.
we met.
Yeah,
Jake.
we got to spend a weekend with
we
Jake.
met Jake. Yeah, we spent a couple of days with Jake.
Wow, how
Yeah.
was that?
Just as you think it is.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
You get high with him?
No.
No.
Come on, what kind of a question is that?
No. I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want
Yeah.
to be there with
He's-
like a jam
he's-
and be like this.
Oh, is he completely? I didn't know weed. I never know with weed
Yeah.
if that's considered.
I just kept it away from him.
substance abuse.
I believe he's clean off of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see. I did. Sometimes people are
I certainly didn't see him
away from
blazing
all
J's.
substances, but weed is still medicating. If, like sometimes you hear that.
That's true.
I didn't mean to be insensitive. He's been great to the program. He told us stories how he once wrestled with a dead snake because it died and he couldn't get a new one in time, and it was just dead. He still threw it on the person after. It was amazing.
I didn't hear that one. I don't even know that one.
It's a fucking great story. What about fuck? They're all dead, huh?
Uh-huh.
Except for Jake the Snake, really.
Yeah, he's-
Yeah.
Jake was the only one on that list that we got to that was still alive.
No, there's.
Warrior's dead. Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, is Ultimate Warrior
yeah,
dead?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
poor guy.
Yeah. You know, you just can't do coke and steroids for like a decade.
Is that what they do?
I expect it not to have a toll on you later.
You know, is like a very good friend of our program is Santino Morella, Anthony Corelli.
Oh, cool.
Like comes on once every couple of weeks. He's a
he
fucking
seems like a
beauty.
good guy, yeah.
Dude, that guy's the biggest beauty in the world. I asked him the other day in a very real conversation. I said, like, you ever miss that rush? Like, you know, there's this fucking Mexican restaurant talking about the rush of 2,000 people, but he was just bullshitting. But that rush of 50,000 people, chanting your name in the big arena stuff. And he goes, there's nothing like that feeling in the world. Like, you can understand, sadly, why would it get very addictive to want to stay in it, you know, and then have to go away from it.
Yeah.
I think they get there's like a romance to it for them, and they get caught up in it, and then when it's taken away from them, they don't know how to react. A lot of it like when Kobe Bryant retired last year from basketball, he was talking about how he's gonna miss just
it's a drug
going out into the crowd every day. He doesn't know how he's gonna wake up in the next day. When Steve Nash retired, it was the same thing. A lot of hockey players talked about it too. Like they it's really hard
to make that transition.
To make that transition from selling out arenas in the stadiums to driving your daughter to
it causes
basketball.
depression for a lot of them. Causes depression. And the one thing I spoke to Anthony Corelli about, and he actually said the energy he got from the thousands of people was it. When we say it's like a drug, without experiencing it, you don't really know. You just sort of hear. But he actually said the energy that he felt from humans around him chanting his name and being like supportive of him did make him feel like a superhero. Like actually was that sort of same toxic feeling in a good way where it like brought you up, like all that, like how we connect as human beings.
I think you're dead inside if it doesn't. I think if you have no reaction when you go out to that, then you...
But it actually like lifted, he said, his muscles, his energy, his like you can feel like you there's like this belief where you can be connected to human beings and you can all kind of alleviate your game from that and rise to the occasion and stuff. And that's true. And I wouldn't...
Is it just because of Bilal or us specifically today?
I feel like you guys don't like me.
Oh, we love you, Todd.
I'm just joking. I don't actually care.
Come on. No.
Do we have to wrap this up? I don't want to wrap this up. I like talking to these guys. We had a bunch of sponsors. It's just an hour, guys. I never do that. I break every half hour. We went at a straight hour.
How hot is that sweater?
How what?
How hot is that sweater? Is it like really warm and does it breathe?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm not a sweater.
You're not a sweater. You
are
not
sweat. I don't sweat.
It's nice. Well, you're not a sweat. I see.
Yeah, I don't sweat.
Okay, so you can wear a sweater.
I had a big meeting today, so I kind of dressed nice. Do I look nice today?
So
yeah, you do.
Business cash.
This is the most dressed up I'll ever get, unless it's like a wedding or something.
So this is the most dressed up you'll ever get in this office, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I wore a suit once, but I came back from a funeral. Here, like I rushed. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I was at a funeral." Like, shit, we didn't want to ask you that. I'm like, "Yeah, that's true."
And not one person said to you, "Geez, Todd, who died?"
Yeah, and then I lied.
And it was,
I just lied.
It was awkward, eh?
I was like, it was a fucking Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
The mentorship of Todd Shapiro with Jack Berkovitz, founder of Omni Jewel Crafters. The Todd Shapiro Show, Canada Laughs, SiriusXM 168.
OmniJewelCrafters.com. It's a great place to buy jewelry. Jack Berkovitz has owned it for a very long time.
You're an abusive personality. No, you really are, because you wouldn't have me in here with all these guys with all the hair on their head if you weren't abusive. Like, that's just not right. Look at all that hair. I mean,
you're doing all right yourself.
I used to, yeah. Now I don't do it right. No, I don't do anything anymore.
Good thing you got the keeper.
I was gonna say, truth be told, I can't tell what your hairline actually does look like.
Thanks very much. Exactly my point. I rest my case. But there's nothing up here. There's nothing up here. The reason I became religious and I'm wearing this yarmulke is because there's nothing underneath it.
Covers the bald spot. Eh?
It's a huge, and my yarmulke gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's why I became an athlete, just to wear a jock.
Joe, your boss, just asked me outside, why is it that I wear this thing, whatever it's called, a kippah, a yarmulke, whatever. So I said, I'm going to give you the reason, but you're not going to believe it. So I was at Kmart selling jewelry to millions of dollars of jewelry to Kmart in
one of them.
No, in Michigan, where their head office is. I forget what it's called. Anyway, so there's a big lobby there, and there was two guys. They were both not Jewish guys, Gentiles. They were all the way in the other end, and they were talking and looking at me and talking and looking at me and talking and looking at me. So I walked up to them, and I said, you guys want to talk about me? Talk to my face. So they said, well, yeah, you're right. We were talking about you, but nothing bad. I said, I don't care, good, bad. Just talk to me. Have questions? Ask me. She said, well, yeah, we were discussing why you wear that thing on top of your head, that kippah. I said, why do you think? And they said, because it protects you from the God's wrath or from the lightning bolt or from the sun. I said, no, it's not a helmet. Not a helmet. So, well, why do you wear that? They said. I said, you're gonna find this very funny. Even Jewish people don't know why they wear this thing.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But I'm gonna come out with it right now.
Okay, Lawrence is Jewish. You know why?
Lawrence is Jewish?
Yeah, Lawrence.
Nobody does.
No.
Even Orthodox Jewish people who study this all their lives, they don't even know why. So I'll tell you why. It's a reminder.
Can I do a drum roll? Why do Jews wear kippahs?
The Jews wear kippahs or yarmulkes because it's a reminder that they're only yay tall. That's all you are. You might think you're a big shot, you've made money, you're successful, you got a gorgeous wife, you got the beautiful Tesla. It's all BS. You're just so tall. There's so much above you. It's a reminder to perennially and always be humble. That's what we're supposed to do. Now, some of us don't really do that very well. Like for me, for instance, I'm great, but I'm humble about it. I mean, I
Hey,
really,
how's your Tesla, by the way?
yeah, you should see, and you should see my wife. Yeah, but really, it's a reminder to be
That's
very,
cool.
very
I
humble.
like that. That's why I wear a ball cap.
Now, why did these guys have? Is that really your hair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that
That's
guy
your
not?
hair.
He's amazing, this guy.
I've never seen so much hair on anybody.
Dude, I said that right when he walked in today, Walter Ling.
And also the hair on your head is pretty good too.
Hey now.
That is
Jack.
a gorgeous beard. That's a nice beard.
Thank you. I like your beard better, actually.
Well, mine turned this color over many, many years. It took me a long time to get this way.
Right.
I started off like you,
Yes.
dark, and then over years, being a jeweler, selling jewelry to people, having to deal with a lot of schmucks, it turned white. It's not easy to deal with people who want to buy jewelry because they all think, what's worse than jewelry is selling coffee. I have a restaurant. Selling coffee to people for $1.75, they think they made you rich.
Right.
Every guy who spends $1.75 thinks he made me rich.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not the case.
And so if not for your cherished clients, then who?
No, it's the guy who buys 2 cups of coffee. The guys that buy
repeat
1 cup.
business is what you're talking about.
Well,
here.
no, we want him to buy twice at the same time.
see.
We don't want him coming back,
Right.
Because then it's 2 transactions, and you got to ring it up twice, and then you got to see the waitress steal the money, and it's just too complicated. You want to make that double coffee deal once, and then you get rich.
And how does that work out in the jewelry business?
Well, if they're drinking, I have a coffee shop and a jewelry store side by side, like they're connected. There's just So when I had my first store at Keelan Highway 7, the very one I'm closing right now and having this incredible sale. So people would spend a long time to find the ring, negotiate for the ring, think about the ring as if time is going to give them the answer. And then they all say, we're going to go out to Tim Hortons.
Right.
And we're going to come back. We're just going to think about it and come back.
Yeah.
No one ever comes back.
So you cut out the middleman.
Well, it's not that. I just figured, why
didn't give them a place to go?
Why let them leave the building? Right. So you put a coffee shop into your jewelry store. Now you want to go to Timmy's? Mm-hmm. I'm Timmy. Sit down, get a window seat, put the ring on your finger. It looks incredible. 99 out of 100 people now buy the diamond, and I give them the coffee for free.
Yeah.
You're such a mensch, Jack.
I am a mensch. I am.
I'll tell you.
It's not easy.
We were talking about? We were talking about wrestlers. And we're talking about comedians, and then we're talking about the parallels between the two, which is sad because it's not just entertainment.
Wrestlers are comedians.
It's no, but it was more than that. It's the fact that a lot of them they abuse substances, and a lot of them die young, and it's so sad. And we're trying to figure out, why do you think that, Jack? Why do you think that is?
That they die young, or that they abuse substances?
Both. Well, they die young because they abuse substances.
I don't think that they abuse substances because they're comedians or because they're wrestlers. They abuse substances because their culture, their growth, their upbringing was their friends. That's an influence that you have. We used to smoke. I never smoked, but people smoked in my days because everybody smoked. It was glamorous to smoke. The movie star smoked, so you smoke. If your buddy does drugs, you're going to do drugs too. So that abuses you, that abuses your substance, and you die young because you do all that shit. But I don't think wrestlers in particular are like, teach me, tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't think wrestlers do more drugs and die more young because of the drugs. I think that it's a world scourge. It's a world epidemic. I think it's a really bad problem, and I don't think I know how to fix it. I don't, because you can't punish them. They can't control themselves. It's an addiction.
What about offering jewelry as an incentive against doing drugs?
You know what? They have such a hard time putting their hand into their pocket to bring out their credit card to pay for the jewelry. They're certainly not going to use it as an incentive. It's just not enough.
No, what I'm saying, but they used to give away, like football tickets or a cruise or something to people who would hand in their handguns and stuff like that. I'm saying, put it. It gives a nugget, a bouillon, something, a bar, a necklace, a little like a tennis bracelet, something. Is like, if you pledge not to do hard drugs for 5 years, I will give you this bauble.
Well, you know what? That's only going to work if you use the gun that was handed in against them. But an addiction is an addiction, a gun's a gun. And people are likely to give up their gun way before they can give up on an addiction.
But I'm saying if there's something shiny in exchange.
Addictions are addictions. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, it's just not like giving up your gun.
I'm just saying.
I'd rather give up my gun than my addictions. And I have so many guns, I can give up another gun. It's not a big deal. But
like how many?
I got lots of guns.
Oh, yeah?
Do you? You have lots of guns?
No.
I know. No, I just picture Venditto?
I have one gun.
I used to have guns.
I have one gun.
Did you?
Yeah, my dad had a bunch of guns.
Was that weird growing up? Knowing your dad had guns?
Yeah, because when he left, the guns kind of stayed in the house for a bit. Like when my parents got divorced, like the guns kind of stayed there. So.
You didn't get him in the settlement, did he? Yeah.
No, my mom. No, I mean not for nothing. Those serial numbers were scratched off, so they were.
Oh my God!
It's a true story. Like we didn't know where the guns came from.
True.
So we couldn't even sell them properly. We just disposed of them. It was so stupid. Like me and my brother are so pissed. We could have sold that for a lot of money today.
Imagine how much jewelry you could own.
Jack.
I was picturing Jack with like diamond encrusted guns. Yeah. Have you ever shot a gun?
No, I'm registering right now for a gun shooting course, and I want to know how to shoot a gun if I ever get a gun. But no.
Would you get a gun?
I would get a gun. In fact, if Ontario had lax regulations about owning and carrying a gun,
it's not that hard.
Oh, too bad that it doesn't, eh, Jack?
Yeah, I wish. I'd love to carry a gun.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of holdups and robberies, and I would have loved to kill those guys. I really would have. I would have killed them.
It's rather,
I would have killed them.
Pointed.
So like a fun,
hey, boys,
like James Bond.
Walter, you know that this is a true story. So Jack. Allegedly, you can't,
Not allegedly.
I'm not doubting anything Jack says, first of all.
No, I'm going to say he had a hitman. Jack had a hitman incident.
Where you hired one or where you were almost the victim of one? I don't understand.
I was meant to be the victim.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And yeah, I was.
Yeah, it's fucking
famous
deep
story.
stuff.
Are you from Toronto?
No, absolutely not.
Where are you from?
Montreal with.
You sure you're not from Game of Thrones?
I'm from Montreal too.
You're from Montreal as well?
I'm from Montreal. All the great people in Toronto are from Montreal.
I agree.
and there's me, and so I'm from Montreal. But here in Toronto, somebody hired a guy to kill me because he was a competitor. And not the killer, the other guy.
I see.
And but the guy was a police informant, and he went to the police and reported it.
Oh.
Yeah. Long story. I'm still suffering for it because aside from the fact that I'm scared and I don't sleep well, but I'm still in court with this guy.
This was a recent.
No,
this is 7 years ago.
7 years ago. Still in court.
Still in court. Millions of dollars in legal fees.
And
that's crazy.
Was your competitor did he own a jewelry shop and coffee shop as well, or did he have like a similar business?
He was very
model?
jealous because he had no coffee.
No coffee. So, you could have put in one percolator in the machine. The whole mess could have been avoided.
Percolator? He was a percolator.
Hey, now, come on, Jack.
No, sir. Allegedly, he was a percolator.
Well, Jack.
Yeah, I'm here now. I know there's a whole bunch of people waiting to get into my seat.
No, you're here for the just hang out.
Not to feel bad about that. I'm one of these people that can't stand people lining up behind me. So
we're not lined up behind you, Jack.
No, you're in front of me. But there's a whole bunch of guys outside who think they're coming onto this radio show.
Who else is coming on the show, below?
We've got a couple comedians from Barrie, but Jack's more important.
Oh yeah, they'll come on for 10 minutes.
Not only that, they told me a couple of jokes and I didn't laugh.
Oh really?
They didn't. They're actually very nice people. Very, very nice.
Everyone
people.
comes on the program's very nice.
Well, I don't know. I've been here a couple of times.
No, you're a nice guy.
No.
You're like a you want to be tough.
I pretend to be tough. Yeah. But if I had a gun, I could pretend even more. I would really pretend. You want to see tough?
I want a gun. I want a gun.
You want a gun?
Yeah, I want a gun.
Because I owe you money, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Today's the day.
No, you know what?
The mentorship of Todd Shapiro. Pay.
I want a gun, but then I hear stories like this douchebag in Oshawa. Did you hear about this story?
The Oshawa douchebag?
Yeah, no. I'll read you this story. No. It's typical Oshawa. That's the last thing
I have a store in Oshawa. Don't make fun of Oshawa. Oshawa people are nice.
Okay, no, the Schwiggity, salt of the earth, best people in the world.
They're
okay?
solid.
But when I say this guy's a douchebag, look at this. Look at what this guy does. I'm going to read you a story here. So this guy in Oshawa, He's like, I got
we're gonna wait for you to scroll through your phone. Like, why can't you
Was this
come
the
prepared?
guy that was? He was attempting to be a makeshift jeweler.
Yeah, Jack. I'm
A
relating
jeweler?
it. I'm relating this to you, man.
It's a great
Is it
time.
relating or
I'm
lame?
very. I'm very.
Reese can
Talk to me
synopsize
about the
it for
jewelry
us.
guy in Oshawa.
A 50-year-old Oshawa man suffered a leg wound after attempting to make a necklace out of a bullet on Valentine's Day.
What a stiff.
Hey,
So, now you don't like him. Now he's a douchebag?
Douchebag from, but he's probably not from Oshawa. He's probably from Mississauga.
He shot himself in the leg while attempting to pull apart a bullet with vice grips, and the gunpowder inside the bullet caused it to explode, and it
You know
hit
what
the
I
man's
say?
thigh, while several bullet casing fragments also struck his leg.
You know how lucky he is? He could have been working on a cock ring.
Yeah.
And had he done that, he wouldn't be having an injury on his leg. Or not that leg, anyways.
Do I have gunshot noise on this thing?
Oh, we're going to do
Oh, no.
You're boring, everybody.
I used to have a gunshot
Jack,
sound.
you're pretty quick to go onto the cock ring stuff. Have you ever dabbled in that line of?
I dabble.
Yeah.
I dabbled this morning.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So the custom orders or?
He's my favorite.
You know, it's
Jack's the best guy.
Yeah, I love Jack.
Jack's
Jack
the
is my
best.
favorite person that I've met
Jack-
so far
I'll
in
tell
the
you,
city.
because Jack is ahead of the curve on how it works with being real and still having an amazing reputation selling the best jewelry around and for the
OG.
best of prices.
OG.
Because you got to be real with people.
That's it.
And if you're
Here's
fake
my
with
problem.
people,
You know, to your point.
I brought it out.
To your point. And I'm forget that I'm wearing a yarmulke and I'm supposed to be humble now. My biggest problem in life is, seriously, this is totally serious. Everybody that buys jewelry from me personally only wants to work with me. I run a very big operation. I have a lot of locations and I have a lot of staff.
People like you.
And I never work with people. But when I get stuck working with someone and I happen to love it and they happen to like working with me, now I'm stuck for the rest of my life. Everybody comes in, I only want to work with Jack. How do I do that? I can't. I'm a businessman. I'm not really
dude, you got to clone yourself.
So, no, I can't clone myself. It's impossible to be perfection more than one. No, so seriously, I can't work with everybody. But if I work with them, you're going to get the right stone or the right ring or the right whatever for the right price. You're going to be so happy. You're going to tell everybody. Then they come work with Jack. It is the curse of my life. It's really serious. Like Todd.
Being so popular.
Well, no, people.
It's how I was with the ladies.
Here's a story, a real story. Guy comes in on Sunday, beautiful young Portuguese man, and he's got his girlfriend, and they got 2 kids, and he wants a 2-carat diamond. And anyway, his budget is $8,000.
Sorry. Venditto was like Chris Venditto co-hosting today with his crew here, his posse. When you said beautiful Portuguese man, Pedro went, oh, and Venditto was like,
It was a big smile on his face, though, like a bigger smile than normal for a Portuguese person to have.
All I can
He
say
was like,
is,
oh, all right.
all I can say is fuddus. But so this guy had a budget of $8,000. The stone he picked out was $16,000. It should have been $32,000, but it gave it to him for $16,000. But he was agonizing because he didn't have that kind of money. So I spent an hour and a half talking him out of that diamond, which would have been perfect for him, but wait. More than he wants to spend. He came back 3 times. 3 times. He said, Jack, let me have that ring. And I said, no, I'm not letting you have that. I would have given it to him.
Right.
But for 16, it was the deal of a lifetime. He would have hated me. He would have hated me. He would have gone out, got the ring, loved the ring, loved everything, but he would have hated me. I said, I can't let you leave with a ring that's going to make you hate me. You're not going to tell anybody about this experience. So I sold him a $7,000 ring where I literally made less than $500. But now, that was on Sunday. I've had 3 people this week sent in by him.
yeah.
Had I sold him the $16,000 ring, he would never have talked to me again.
Sometimes it's worth the.
You got to think long term. You got to think
The
long
long
term.
con.
It's always about the end goal, the long play.
Right,
No,
so-
not enough people think that way.
How much time do I have left on the show?
Depends how much
very long.
cake you brought on you.
Right. Well, I'll give it to you at 6 if I'm on the air till 6.
No, you can hang out. I don't care. I'm kind of tired today anyway.
You look very like you're without energy, and I think what's missing in your
Yeah.
life right now is you're not wearing a T-shirt. Like you.
I had a big meeting today, so I put on. A nice
you're
shirt.
wearing an actual shirt and actual.
Do I
sweater.
look out of energy? No, I'm just kind
And
of
you know,
chilled.
No, seriously, you've.
Do
never,
I seem like I have no energy?
You seem like it's Friday already.
Oh, I'm relaxed. I'm pretty
You're
relaxed.
saying-
You know
yeah.
what? My mind's on LA. I got a big announcement to make on Tuesday. I'm very excited for it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
I
gonna-
can't make it today.
You
I
can't.
got a
make
big
it.
announcement to make on Tuesday
About
me and something I'm doing in LA with the show, and I'm very excited by it.
Take me with you. Did you tell everybody about Isaiah Mustafa?
Yeah, Yeah, 100 times.
100 times? Do you know who Isaiah Mustafa is? The Old Spice guy in the commercial?
Right.
Yeah, he's great. He's a former NFL player and everything. I met him right here. He was standing right where you're sitting, right there. And he was getting engaged, and he contacted me from LA, and he came up to pick up his diamond ring that I manufactured for him exclusively.
$7,000.
Oh, no, it was a lot of money.
Okay.
A lot of money. It was a lot of money.
He's not
actually.
Portuguese.
And I actually, in cases like that, when I know they can afford it, I talk them up.
I see. I didn't think you would, but that's.
I talk them up to where he belongs.
I see.
If you're doing really well in your life and your financially,
you deserve it.
And you come to me and you want, Jack, should I buy house number 1 or house number 2? I'll say go for the more expensive one.
Houses too now?
And no, I don't sell houses, but I'll give you advice to go and spend more, not less, because you'll make more, not less. When you can afford it, spend more. If you can't afford it, stop chasing it. Just give it up. Anyway, so Isaiah Mustafa bought this ring from me, and he came with his gorgeous girlfriend / fiance, and I sold him a ring, and I'm selling her.
Did you get her some more stuff?
I'm getting him. I just designed the ring. Well, he designed it more than I designed it.
You got another thing? Another for them?
For him.
For him too.
A wedding band for
You're
him.
welcome.
Oh, it's going to be
bro,
spectacular.
It's my hookup.
Yeah, $500.
Okay.
Get over yourself. Really tough. He all of a sudden gets energized. So no, this is going to be an incredible.
We're trying to get Jack some athletes too. I have a bit of
I have more athletes than you've ever had in your life.
Oh, I can get you more. No, some big name. I'm gonna get you Joey Bats.
Huh?
I'm gonna get you a meeting with Joey Bats, Jose Bautista.
Wow. Get me Kyle Lowry. I love Kyle Lowry.
Lowry?
I love get me DeMar. Get me Sullinger. No one can seem to find Sullinger. Where is Sullinger? Or get me Serge Ibaka.
Right.
Jack, why Jared Sullinger? Because he has the big hands that you want to get the more ring on?
No, because he does a disappearing act. No one's ever seen him. I want to do a guy that can never tell anybody. What's that?
He's played 2 games. This is your $6 million contract, Jack.
Yeah, well, he hasn't really
upsell.
played. He appeared in 2 games. He didn't actually play 2 games.
But he still gets the paychecks, though.
He gets, well, that's the great thing of being an athlete. You have a short lifespan, but you make a lot of money in that lifespan, even if you don't exist.
Hey, on the Leafs, whatever happened to Lupul? Where's that fucker? Like, I'm being serious. I don't mean to be sound rude or crass, but where is that guy? We're still paying him.
Yeah,
what happened to Lupul? Like, Lupul was the talk of the town forever.
Well, Matthews is it now.
I know, but I mean, Lupul's a guy. He's got to be getting $5-6 million a year. What's Lupul getting? Where is he? It's one of these. They disappear. It's amazing. Anyway.
Well, thanks for that rant. That's an amazing rant. The last time I was here 2 weeks ago, there was somebody sitting in that chair, your chair right there, and as soon as
Jack, you didn't like my rant on Lupul?
That was a horrible rant.
What do you mean?
It was absolutely had no validity. It has nothing to it. It was just wasted airtime.
We were talking about your
since I'm paying for this airtime, can we talk about substantial stuff?
Whose show is this?
I told you I was taking over.
He's getting $5.25 million. Bro.
Yeah, that's Canadian bill. That's
that's okay.
So there was a young lady sitting. Her name was what was her name?
I don't know.
Tiffany.
Who are you talking about?
Chantel.
No, that's
Chantel.
the competitor.
No, a comedian is a comedian.
Tiffany, I'm joking.
So Chantel. So I walk in and she says, "Jack Berkowitz, mate."
Oh, are we still on this? Okay,
did
Jack.
Did you just try to pick me up?
Jack, come on. This is the 4th time you said this on the show. It's
but you don't have the same listeners twice.
Okay.
And we didn't hear the story, Todd. So
why aren't you listening to the show?
I want to talk about Jeannie Bouchard posing for a Sports Illustrated swimsuit.
Oh, nudity is back at Playboy. This tells you.
Yeah, nudity's back on Playboy.
Nudity's back at Playboy.
And whoever chose for nudity not to be there in the first place.
They brought it back?
And you, Hefner.
What? They're bringing it back?
Yeah,
they're bringing it back.
Yeah, the March-April issue. And let me tell you something.
It didn't last long.
It lasted 3 years. No, 3 years.
Oh, I thought it was a year.
3 years. And Hugh Hefner, his son is the creative director. I think it's Cooper Hefner. And he's engaged to what's her name, and they're bringing it back. And she's the first nudie to be in the show, in the magazine. Yeah. So the reason
what's her name? What's her name? Is that the spread? What's her name?
Well, nobody cares about her name. Let me tell you, it's all about airbrushing. So,
but I want to talk about Jeannie Bouchard because I find that one of the things I think about athletes, and maybe this is just being jealous, right? Because radio people or TV people or comedians or entertainers were the ones that would do all the extra stuff, like the promotional stuff and the things in entertainment. But all the sports guys are so involved in working with sponsors and doing this and doing that. And I often wonder if that affects their career. Like, are they not focused on the game at hand and maybe wait for that after the career? And Jeannie Bouchard, who's not been playing great tennis, is now doing Sports Illustrated. I think it's wonderful. She's doing it. She's a beautiful lady and, showing her body and stuff. But I think I would rather be focusing on my game. I don't know. That would be me.
I think when she plays tennis, she focuses on love. That's the score she keeps.
Sorry, but how is the one photo shoot that she's gonna do that she did for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue gonna take away from her game focus?
Because you know what, there's 100 other tennis players who are trying to who are working harder at that moment, and in a game that is so competitive, and any given moment to take away focus from this stuff, I think sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Are you going to become a model or a tennis player? I'm not saying it's a wrong thing to do. I guess it can, but will she ever win a Wimbledon?
Maybe.
She probably wouldn't, but in fairness, like Caroline Wozniacki and Serena Williams also did this photo shoot. So it's kind of like generally, I would agree with you, but it's sort of an exception.
But what have they done in the tennis game?
Serena's like the greatest ever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And?
So and Caroline Wozniacki is a lot better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just wondering, like, I know she's beautiful, but I'm just wondering, like, well, don't you want to get to the top of your game first? That's my only thought.
I think you see that fall off a lot in combat sports. Like, look at Ronda Rousey, right?
She did Entourage too soon. It killed her.
Well, that's it. She started to become Hollywood. She stopped focusing on her training.
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. I really believe in that.
And she's been knocked out how many times in the last 3 fights?
Connor is digging a big hole for himself too.
Absolutely.
He's getting too Hollywood. I want to see Kardashian's fat ass. It's like, why can't you just be the best UFC fighter of all time and then do this stuff when you're done? That's my opinion on it. It could be wrong.
That's it. I agree with you 100%. They're breeding entertainers over there now. You got to be the whole package, right?
But the other thing is they're this famous now because of what they do, because of what they look like, or because of how the heights that they've reached in UFC. So you know, the other thing is that they have to not take advantage of that now would be to not take advantage of the height of your celebrity.
Okay, they're monetizing it, but it doesn't mean they can't get endorsement deals and do things. But I'm just wondering about like they all are celebrities now, as opposed to just kind of like the best athletes in the world. I don't know.
Just wonder, when I think of Eugenie Bouchard or any of these players, I think of how great they swing, and their swing is what really captivates me.
But see, it's hard for me to think that now when I see her without a shirt on.
Well, now she's a swinger, so so she is what she is. I mean, you just got to go with it.
I don't know. I just wonder if it takes away from their focus. That's all. I don't know. I've never been a top level anything, so I wouldn't know. My focus is, without Adderall.
You should wear a yarmulke. You're so humble. No, you're much better than what you think. I mean, you are the epitome of an incredible talk show host. You bring the best out of all of us.
Well, Lawrence, what do you think about athletes doing?
I think that now people live in the social kind of the media spectrum a lot more. You know what I mean? Like Odell Beckham Jr. They had a picture of him on a boat hanging out and partying.
And look what it did to the Giants in the playoffs.
And then he dropped 3 passes and people lost their mind. If you don't see that picture, you go, oh, he had a bad day. He had a tough day. But you see that picture, you go, he was out partying. He's irresponsible. Let these people down. So now everything is under such scrutiny that you have to kind of balance it out. But I think if you're losing tennis games every day, then you should probably go and work on tennis beforehand. That's just me.
I just love the way you said that in a French accent, and now it makes me like it totally validates all of it because we're talking about a French tennis player. By the way, I saw her just for laughs. She is very beautiful.
Oh yeah, I've seen her too, and she's beautiful. And she actually is going out. I don't know if you guys heard this. She had to go out on a date with someone who tweeted at her.
That was a funny story because of the comeback of the Patriots.
The comeback of the New England Patriots against the Falcons. So she had to go out on a date, and then they interviewed her on the date, and then that made the news because she said she was going to go on a second date with the luckiest man in the world, apparently.
Wow.
So yeah.
Venditto, what do you think of that? Athletes doing sort of stuff in when they should be working on their game, maybe.
I think it's happened. Kobe Bryant did a music video. It was second year of his career. He was doing rap videos. Shaq had an album. Shaq was acting in the heart of his career. Shaquille O'Neal was but Shaquille O'Neal got away with it because he was an NBA champion.
Yeah, I'm going to correct my athletes who aren't at the top of their game.
There's one way you got to monetize it, and the other, but there's also you can't push a desire for an athlete to be great onto them. They have to want it for themselves.
Really?
So
Tell that to Tiger Woods' father.
But Tiger wanted to be great until he wanted to stop being great and just start cheating on his wife a lot. And then
I think he was great when he was cheating on his wife.
That's true too. And now it's gone downhill. But Tiger wanted to be great from a young age. It was ingrained in him from a young age. Serena, from a young age, it was ingrained in her to be great. LeBron James in basketball is the same thing. It's ingrained in him to be great. Where I don't think, Carmelo Anthony, for example, just wants to chill out in New York and
But he is great. He is great. You're comparing, the greatest basketball player who ever lived, arguably, LeBron James to Carmelo Anthony. So of course the comparison doesn't make sense.
He's had the comparison his whole career, Jack.
I know, but there's only one LeBron James and only one Michael Jordan, and all of them. The reason we talk about them is because they made it in the sport, but every single one of them makes it elsewhere, whether it's cheating or movies or acting or
they're on a pedestal for life.
They're doing other things. I mean, remember, the game is 3 months or 4 months of the year. It's only 5 days a week. It's only 4 mornings. They've got time on their hands. It's not like you and I.
But I'll give you an example to sort of just go against that. The reason why the Leafs, and I'll be very specific here in Toronto, brought in Babcock is because the Maple Leafs, the players, were getting too caught up in advertisements, too caught up working with car companies, too caught up in the nightclub
jewelry
scene.
companies.
but the focus wasn't on the game. They brought in Babcock.
They did it in Toe Blake's day, and they did it in John Ferguson's day.
But I mean, when you're not winning, so they brought in Babcock specifically to make sure that the players had focus on the game first.
And Toe Blake didn't let them have sex the night before a game, because he wanted them to concentrate on the game. It doesn't work that way. Today they've gotten rid of all of that. You don't have to skate the morning of the game. You don't have to do anything. Things are changing very rapidly.
Well, I think hockey's a completely different sport as opposed to the rest of the sports we're talking about, like in terms of basketball, tennis, or
How
football.
so?
Well, there's a lot more visibility in basketball and tennis than there is in hockey.
Simply because of the helmet?
You see simply because of first of all, nobody cares about hockey down south, really. Yeah. But just in terms of seeing the athlete, there's just so much more in basketball or sports like tennis or sports like
With that
golf.
being said, though, if you were to take a certain area right here being Toronto, they're gods in Toronto. So if you look at any Maple Leaf walks in anywhere in a restaurant and they're getting anything for free, they're a god in Toronto, and they had to focus that team on the sport first.
I think
that when you have fans paying $200-$300 to go to a game,
they don't have to. They don't have to. The athletes don't owe a debt to the fans.
You want winners, and I think they should put the sport first.
But they brought in Pat Quinn from Vancouver to do exactly that. That didn't do anything. I mean, every regime is different. Some are tougher, some are laxer. There's no guarantee that one that's tougher is going to be more winning than the other, and there's no guarantee that if a player does nothing but concentrate on his game, that he'll be a better player.
Really?
LeBron James is a billionaire, and it's not just from basketball.
Yeah, LeBron's a special. He's just a special guy. He's a great actor too.
So is Curry, and so is Durant. No, he's a lousy actor actually. So is Durant.
I liked him in that movie.
Well, I liked him too, but he's a lousy actor. I mean,
you're just saying that.
No, I think he's a horrible actor.
He wants to work with Omni Jewel Crafters, by the way. I heard.
He would too. I have a picture on my phone with Corey Joseph kissing me.
Well, Corey's a good guy.
Yeah, Corey's a great guy.
Yeah, he's wearing the 6 because of the 6. That's cute. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's the best basketball player. I think it's amazing what he's done.
Pretty good number 3 player, not a good.
Yeah. It's. I mean, I love that there are Canadian athletes in the NBA. That to me is the coolest story across the spectrum. That's phenomenal.
Wiggins.
You see his dunk last night?
40 points, 2 games in a row.
He crushed it last night. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I have a son-in-law who played with Wiggins when he was here in Toronto.
Yeah, Bennett.
Anthony. Well, okay, I can be told now. I had a deal with Anthony Bennett to endorse Omni Jill Crafters, and it was contingent on him actually making it to the NFL.
NBA.
To the NBA.
NBA.
Yeah. Well, he made it. Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
Walter, you seem like you want to say something.
No, I got nothing.
Nothing?
No. Legitimate sports again. Okay. I'm going way over my head here.
No, it's just anyone should have an opinion. It's great.
No. I mean, I
you don't know anything about sports.
This is I mean,
it ain't wrestling.
Are there chairs or are there people hitting with chairs? Then
we ain't. We're talking about alive athletes.
Yeah.
I was tying it back to how sadly there's a lot of dead wrestlers. So sad. All my childhood heroes.
Jack, have you ever made any? Have you ever made any championship rings or anything?
Dude,
like that?
I told Jack this is my idea to Jack.
Yeah.
I think it's the best. Jack takes out so much advertising, it's insane.
Right.
It's just insane. I think Jack should go and do this blast everywhere on wherever he takes out advertising and say if the Maple Leafs or the Raptors win their respective championships, I will give the entire team free rings, championship rings. I think, what's that going to cost you? It costs you maybe $500,000. Hopefully the Raptors win, they have less players. I think the rings average about $40,000 each. We looked it up. It was about $38,000. So you probably get a good deal on that anyway. So it'll cost you $500,000, but that publicity would go everywhere. It would be amazing.
Can you name the company that makes all the championship rings?
You told me and I forget.
Is it not Jostens?
It is Johnston.
Thank you. Big points.
But
nice
you
points.
Find me one other company, one other person in the world that knows that. My point being, and And you killed it for me, by the way.
Sorry.
You know,
Sorry.
How does it come back to make you?
How do I make? So when I make the press release, I put out a press release. I'll get noise for 2 hours, and when I actually present the rings, I'll get a noise for another 2 hours, and it'll cost me $1 million in jewelry.
Buddy, the best part is they're not going to win this year.
Is not what?
They're not going to win this year.
Oh, the old meaningless offer trick.
Yeah.
Do that all the time. You know. No. My claim to fame is Johnny Bauer's wedding band is from me. You guys know who Johnny Bauer is?
Yeah, he's still kicking around. He's a great guy.
Pocket Rocket and Maurice Richard
now
and
you're
John
talking their
Belligo,
language.
Montreal Canadiens. All of them are wearing my jewelry unless they sold it for cash for gold. But everybody in the world's wearing my jewelry. I'm not allowed to talk about it because they don't necessarily authorize. I only talk about the customers who allow me to mention it because of privacy laws and so on.
Todd Shapiro got beautiful earrings for his wife there. She loves them.
Touch, yeah. I got $1,000 out of it, and you got 10 nights worth.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it just doesn't seem right to me. Here, I'll give you $1,000.
Well, Jack, stick around. We'll bring in these comedians from Barrie coming up next. We'll just pack the room for the next 20 minutes. KJ Preston and Jeff Faulkner. You got to be careful.
Do you
say that
pronounce
name.
the L in Faulkner?
Exactly. February 17th, they have a killer night of comedy with Carla Collins. Have you ever met Carla, Jack?
Everybody has.
Jeez, Jack.
You're awesome. So let them promote that show as well with our guests, who are really great dudes, man. Chris Venditto, Walter Ling, Reese Turner, and Lawrence Korber, and they have their big shows, the Healthy Living Comedy Tour, February 17th in Guelph, February 18th at Toronto Comedy Bar, and February 19th at the Casbah. And go to @Healthy Living Comedy to find out more information. Back in a moment, brought to you by our good friends over at Pete's Pizza, pete'spizza.ca. So, what's going on? What's going on with the noise? What was going on?
We're good. We have KJ's here, and he's like, he didn't even
What
realize
was the caller?
Oh, the caller had the wrong number. And I don't know. Or maybe they're just disappointed that it was me who answered the
Probably. KJ Preston, Jeff Faulkner, how you boys doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good, guys. What are you saying? What are you boys saying? You in from Barrie?
We're in
all
from
the way up
Barrie.
from the Great White North. That's right.
Is it snowing up in Barrie?
Probably.
Isn't it always?
Do you live in Toronto now?
No, we live in Barrie.
Oh, so wouldn't you know? Didn't you just come from there?
Yeah.
Okay, so confusing to both of you.
It's just always snowing, I think.
It's always snowing?
It's always snowing.
Barrie, by the way, an hour outside of Toronto if you're listening anywhere across North America. Cool. So Barrie's a fun place, isn't it?
Barrie's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you guys do you consider yourself kind of like Hicks, like small town boys?
No, that's Aurelia.
Yeah, I think we're right
north. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone in Barrie is actually fine.
We're right on the Hick border, I
Toronto
think.
style.
You're a little hipper, a
people.
little more modern.
Yeah.
They got some nice developments going up that way. It's nice. You're on the edge of Simcoe there, right?
We are. Yeah, it's a great area. If you've got kids, great. Yeah.
You have kids?
Yeah, I have 3 kids.
You have 3 kids.
I do.
Jeez. And you're a comedian.
I try to be a comedian. Yes.
What else you do?
I own a company. Can I say the name?
Yeah, I don't care.
I own a company called Clear Air Solutions. We do mold and asbestos abatement.
Oh, really?
Across Ontario
Can you
and
clean
hospitals.
out Bilal's balls? He's never had sex.
Yeah, actually, I didn't want to say anything, but we did bring a couple girls up with us. Not my wife. Don't look at her.
Yeah.
Get your hands off her. Yeah, we heard all about his virgin ways, and we're very proud of him keeping a hold of that. Good for you, man.
Yeah, never change.
Good for you. Did you get a certificate?
No, I'll call the fan club.
All right, great. I'll give you a certificate.
And you guys are doing a big comedy night with Carla Collins.
We are,
a huge
yeah.
celeb, Carla Collins. She's a very famous Canadian comedian, a very nice lady. That's on the 17th. When's that, tomorrow night?
It's on 24th.
Oh, it's 24th?
Yeah, 17th is I'm opening for her in Guelph, but the 24th
sorry, my bad. Okay.
In Barrie at the Ferndale Banquet Hall.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
And Gilda's Comedy Fest?
Yeah, Beach Fest, Gilda's Comedy Club Beach Fest by I Rally for Cancer. I Rally for Cancer is owned by a lady who is a member of Gilda's Club and went through cancer treatment and is giving back to Gilda's Club.
Okay,
Great
and
lady
that's
named
for
Lori.
Gilda Radner, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's so nice of you doing that show for charity.
Well, we're nice guys. I mean, you could probably tell by looking at us.
You look like
but
good guys.
Yeah,
you look like
we're
very
great.
good guys.
Just
for sure.
ask us.
Better than the Montreal crew.
Hey, we're still here, Todd.
Oh, shit.
And it's not fair.
I'm getting a finger from the guy born in Mississauga. Okay.
Good.
Live there now.
And humble Howard Glassman's on one of the shows?
Yeah, so I co-produce 2 shows up in Barrie. One of them is every Thursday night. I was on Humble and Fred with Carla, and Humble said he wanted to come up. So next Thursday night in Barrie, we have Humble Howard
Humble
on.
mooched his way right in there, did he?
Yeah, there's no mooching. I'm a fan from way
Dude,
back.
Humble's my I owe everything to
He was
Humble.
on the show the other day with you.
No,
It was
I owe
great.
everything. Humble started me at the Edge, and Humble got me over here on Sirius.
that right?
I owe
That's
everything.
great.
Yeah, he's the king. And I'm so happy to watch him do comedy again, because I think that's his true passion.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. We've spoken on the phone about comedy. He's got a real. Obviously, the show's been on forever. Before you were on Edge, they were on the Edge,
Yeah.
and I used to listen to them there, and then AM 640 and Mojo Radio when they were on over there. But
Can you get Carla on this show?
I already texted her because I heard you guys talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
So we did Humble and Fred, and then we did Inside Jokes, Sandra's show.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, we did that show together, and so I'll see her tomorrow if she doesn't text. She's in Ottawa
I'll be very
right now.
offended if she, does all the other comedy shows here in the country and not this one.
I'll let
It's
her
a lot
know.
of pressure for
we don't
Carla.
need Carla Collins. You got Jeff Faulkner, who nobody in the world has ever heard of.
No, that's okay, Jeff. And how long you been doing comedy for?
Off and on for about 6 years. I had a little guy about 3 years ago, and I had to take some time off to do that.
Get
family
real
thing.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, to support
That's the
the
thing,
kid.
right? Like some people say, "Are you a comedian?" And I almost feel like I'm disrespecting the grind, because I know these guys are there 5, 6, 7 nights a week doing their sets, and I can only get 2 or 3 times because I got the little guy at home. And
Yeah,
my
I've
wife
learned a
and-
lot about what you guys all do, and I find it amazing, because it's financially it can be very unrewarding, but it's a passion, it's a love, it's an art, and it's commitment. It's pretty phenomenal, guys, because I would have sold out a long fucking time ago. And then again, though, the goal of it and the dream of it all, which is the inspirational part, is, you land a big part or you get discovered. And, I forget who said it best, but you're only ever one joke away from your big, massive fucking break. And you never know who's watching it or who's listening. And it's really, really cool. Because, funny or not, it's to do anything with that kind of commitment without it being helping the finances is tough.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why we're glad we have full-time jobs, because, making $10, $15 for a 7-minute set per minute, that's great. But doing it 7 minutes at a time, like they say it takes 10,000 hours to become a professional. Do the math at 7 minutes a time.
Yeah.
It's I'll be dead long before that, but
You'll be pretty and broke.
Yeah, well, probably. You should come up with Howard when he comes up. Do
What,
brouhaha.
the 24th?
Yeah, next Thursday. No, 24th is the Friday.
Okay. Oh, he's coming on the 23rd.
Yeah, so it's Barnstormers Brouhaha in Barrie.
I'll come up
and
there.
we got Big Chris from Big 101 on same night.
All right,
if you
what's
know
big?
him.
What's that? No.
He was. You remember when Humble and Fred were on in Kingston, and they
Chris
replaced.
Bodden.
That's Chris.
Yeah,
Bodden.
yeah,
Chris Bodden.
So
Yeah,
he's up there.
Is he a radio guy?
Yeah,
He worked
radio
on-
guy. Yeah,
I don't know any radio.
Yeah,
I
we
honestly
worked
like
with terrestrial, you would know.
Yeah. No, I know. I knew so little about this industry. It's so fun. Everyone always asks me, do you know this guy in radio? You know that guy in radio? I don't know anybody in radio. Like,
But
Big
we've
Chris
got-
also lost an impressive amount of weight.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
lost
Oh,
over
good.
100 pounds or
Yeah.
something, Jeff?
180 or something.
Yeah.
Like a
oh,
whole
you know, this
human
guy
being.
popped by the Edge a really long time ago. He worked for 107.9. Now I'm sounding real. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I think I know. Who you're
He's a
talking
great guy. We also got Carrie Eklund on the show and her boyfriend
about.
Brandon.
Okay.
He's on the show the same
Who's that?
night. So Carrie Eklund,
Yeah.
Quinn Martin.
Yeah, I Quinn. What? I don't know.
She came in with Quinn probably 6 months ago.
Was she on the show?
She's incredibly attractive. She's like.
Did I put her on air?
I wasn't there that day, unfortunately.
Okay. I don't even remember.
He just saw the pictures.
So she does
Under his
comedy as
pillow.
well?
She does comedy, yeah. So she's coming up too. So be a good night.
Oh, what a great! Well, listen, it's always a great night. I'll tell you one thing across the board, whether it's our crew here from Montreal or guys who I meet from these small towns like Nigel Grinstead, or guys I meet from out west. Or guys from Napanee, like fucking Rick Rowley, started in the business right now. It's and I always say this, and I always remind people listening, perception's a fucked up thing in this world because it makes everyone's mind all stupid warped. Like, you know, you look at a purse that could be $10,000 and you can go get a ripoff for 80 fucking cents, and if you didn't know the difference, you would just love that purse. And don't look at Canadians based on the 80 cents versus the $10,000. Look at it as talent and pure fucking talent, because you might go pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars or want to get out to certain shows to see certain guys that you've heard of or certain names, and you probably will be more disappointed with that than you will be, and I assure you this, with the Canadian rising comedians right now. It is hot right now. We're cyclically, you know, things kind of come and go, and I think comedy is here right now, and it's cool for me to be a part of it too, and watch what's going on and having the fucking help from all of you. It's you guys are so good.
Oh, thanks.
All of you, and I haven't even seen you. I just know it.
Well, you could see him on the 24th.
Yeah.
You could see us this all weekend, Todd, 17th, 18th, 19th, or at an open mic.
Awesome.
I love your Chinese accent. It's great.
It wasn't Chinese.
Oh.
No, it's just me. Oh. I wasn't trying to do a John Panette bit or anything. I used to wear a suit and like the full suit on stage,
like a Kenny Robinson move.
The full thing, and I used to, like, one guy was convinced I was John Panette just when I was a bit bigger. Convinced I was John Panette. He's like, "Do the voice." I'm like, "I'm not John Panette, you asshole." He's dead.
The Todd Shapiro Show.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. You can subscribe over there, or you can watch another video over here. And I think this is the Daniel Bryan yes chant. So what the hell? Yes, Todd Shapiro Show. Daniel Bryan can't wrestle anymore. It's a very sad story.